Alright guys, I just heard some fantastic news. Can I call it news? Maybe more realistically it's rumors. I guess that's what happens when you scour YouTube too long. But you know what? Tomorrow it sounds like we're supposed to be getting some news on Tears of the Kingdom gameplay. So that's going to be something that's really fun to review. I'm super fired up. I can't stop wondering, what is this game going to be like? I figured some of you might feel the same way that I do. So let's go ahead and talk about what we have so far and what we can expect. We all loved Breath of the Wild from a graphics perspective. It was cool because it didn't try too hard to go for a real life animation, something that the Switch wouldn't be able to pull off. And it also didn't lean into the cartoonish style too much, like we saw from Wind Waker. Although, side note, I love Wind Waker, so it's not a knock against that game. The point is, it didn't try too hard to be something else. It stayed in its own lane, and it did really well with that. Now, the trailer is not showing us just how far they can take these animations. Yes, sure, there are some improvements, but so far they seem subtle. I know for a fact they're holding out on us a bit there, because they have had every single opportunity to improve this game. See, Breath of the Wild was originally made for the Wii U, and then they had to make the transition to the Switch with a shorter time frame. Tears of the Kingdom team has had years to make this game, a framework to use as a base, advancements in technology, and what I can only assume would be an increase in budget from the previous game's success. So, really there are no excuses for it not to be good. I know the differences seem subtle now, it looks like a very similar game, but I think there's much more left to be seen. Also, there's the fact that the team had so many advantages in knowing that it was for the Switch the whole time. So glitches like the low frame rate for the Karok Forest should completely be avoidable. That alone will make this game just feel so much smoother. If you're looking for a way to gauge the progress that you should expect since Breath of the Wild, you could use the Xenoblade games that have been created over the past 6 years, like since they made Breath of the Wild. The studio that works on those games also works on the current Zelda franchise, so you should expect similar levels of progress. Now, I'm really interested in the tone of the game. You already know it's going to be super dark, but part of the beauty of Breath of the Wild was the bright, adventurous tone. I'm really excited to see how they're able to strike the balance here. I mean, yes, on one hand, I really want those bright blue skies and the green mountains from the last game. But also, seeing the Master Sword corrupted just gives me chills. I don't know, there's just something that feels so good about the dark tone. I suppose we're going to find out soon. Now, Breath of the Wild gave us some really cool weapons, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what Tears of the Kingdom is going to be able to come up with. So far, it looks like there will be some new shields, axes, swords, bows. But the part I'm most excited for is his arm. I mean, the first trailer we saw him with that corrupted arm, but now he has something kind of reminiscent of the Sheikah Slate, but it's actually part of him, which is really cool. I'm interested to see everything that it can do. I mean, I would imagine it'll mostly be used for puzzles, but we've seen it do a lot. We actually have seen it manipulate the environment. Kind of feels like the Force. It should be cool to use. It also looks like a good amount of the journey will take place in the sky. I'm actually really excited for that. Okay, don't lie to me. I know you climbed the highest objects you could just to glide off them in Breath of the Wild. Well, good news. This game should give us something even better than the glider. Either way, I expect the beauty of Hyrule to be expanded on even more in the skies. Everybody loves riding horses in Breath of the Wild. In Breath of the Wild, it actually brought me back to my Ocarina of Time days. The first time that you get Epona. It felt so crazy to have a world that was just so free and open. I could choose to walk, I could travel by horseback. It was epic, but Breath of the Wild really stepped that up. Now we have Tears of the Kingdom. It's going to step it up even more. With a hovercraft, with a shield snowboard, and this giant flat car thing. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little worried some of it will be cheesy, but when it comes to world exploration, you can choose to use it or not, right? So it's also a great indicator that the world should be expanded from this game's predecessor, which really at the end of the day, that's the main element we're looking for. If they can pull that off, in my mind, it's going to be a great game. But that's it for me. Those are all my thoughts. To be honest, if it's almost exactly the same as Breath of the Wild, I'm not even mad. I love that game way too much. But I want to know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So feel free to link those to me down in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.